Something just happened in Minnesota that no one saw coming. A move that doesn't fit the usual script. A roster change so unexpected, it's making fans question the deeper strategy behind it. Not just a reaction to injuries, this feels like something else entirely. A signal, a warning, maybe even a clue about the future of this team. And just when you think you've got it all figured out, another twist drops that makes the situation even more confusing. What's going on behind the scenes? Stick around, because this story is bigger than it looks. So click the like button and subscribe to stay informed. You're not going to believe this, but buckle up, because what's happening in Minnesota right now might be one of the strangest quarterback room shakeups we've seen in years. This isn't just about injuries. It's not just about roster moves. This feels like a chess match, and the Vikings might just be playing 4D football behind the scenes. Let's jump right in. Desmond Ridder is now a Minnesota Viking. That's right, the former Falcons quarterback, fresh off a stint with the Bengals practice squad, has been signed to the Vikings' active roster. Let's pause here. Desmond Ridder. Active roster. Not practice squad. Not a depth piece. Not an emergency call-up. He's active. And here's the kicker. This move comes not because J.J. McCarthy is heading to injured reserve. He's not. Despite suffering a high ankle sprain, the Vikings have made it clear through insiders like Tom Pelissero that McCarthy is week to week, not out for the month. So if McCarthy isn't going to IR, what in the world is going on with the quarterback room? Because now we've got Carson Wentz, the rookie Max Brosmer, and Desmond Ridder. That's 3 active QBs, all while McCarthy is still technically available week to week. And folks, this isn't even the most bizarre part. Some are speculating this move could be about more than just depth. Let's connect the dots. The Bengals, who elevated Brett Rippon, formerly with the Vikings, just lost Desmond Ridder off their practice squad to the Vikings. Gamesmanship? A scouting move to get inside information before the Vikings face Cincinnati this weekend? The timing is almost too perfect. But here's what makes this more than just a theory. Kevin O'Connell isn't the type to make panic moves. If he's adding Ridder, it's either because he's worried about Wentz's durability or, more concerning, they've seen something from Brosmer they're not quite ready to trust on Sundays. Now pause with that. Remember what Kevin O'Connell said about Max Brosmer during the preseason? He called him the most intelligent quarterback he's ever been around. That's not a small compliment. That's not coach speak. That's real praise. Yet when push comes to shove, the Vikings chose Ridder for the active roster over Brosmer. That sends a message, whether they meant to or not. And this creates a chain reaction. You can't add someone without cutting or shifting someone else. And since JJ isn't headed to IR, someone else is the odd man out. Could it be Aaron Jones? That's the next piece in this strange puzzle. Jones, battling yet another hamstring issue, may be the one headed to short-term IR to make room. And that wouldn't be shocking. He's an aging back with a known injury history, and the Vikings are getting unexpected production from Jordan Mason, who looks like he might be ready to break out with 20-plus carries this weekend if they lean on him. Oh, and let's not forget, Cam Akers is back. Again. Yes, for the 3rd straight season, the Minnesota Vikings have brought Cam Akers into the fold, mid-season. You heard that right. 3 seasons. 3 acquisitions. Same player. If this isn't some kind of NFL record, it should be. He was spotted flying into Minneapolis earlier today, rumors swirled, and now it's official. Akers is back, likely to either join the active roster or slide into a role on the practice squad. It depends on how the dominoes fall with Jones and the rest of the RB room. But let's go deeper into Akers for a second. Kevin O'Connell clearly trusts this guy. From his days with Sean McVay in LA to back-to-back trade deadline deals, and now a return once again, Akers fits the system. He knows the scheme. He can block. He can catch. And in a situation where you might be down to your 2nd or 3rd string quarterback, that kind of reliability is critical. This entire situation tells us one thing: the Vikings are bracing for something. Maybe not an apocalypse, but certainly a storm. Whether it's J.J. McCarthy needing more time to recover, Wentz not being 100% reliable, or Brosmer not being ready to run the offense, something has them stacking insurance policies like crazy. And maybe that's because of the brutal schedule ahead. Next up, a home game against the Bengals. Then they travel across the pond to face the Steelers in Ireland. That's followed by the Browns in London. And then A gauntlet: Eagles at home, Chargers on the road, Lions in Detroit, and the Ravens. It's a murderer's row, and it starts now. Which brings us back to JJ. The Vikings rolled him out fast, way faster than normal. That sparked speculation. Is this more than a high ankle sprain? Or was this about something else? Something personal? McCarthy recently became a father. And while fans might not think that matters, internally, it might be a factor. Mental load. Focus. Recovery. Preparation. That's a lot for any 22-year-old kid, never mind one trying to live up to the franchise QB label. Maybe, just maybe, the Vikings are giving him space to breathe. Rest the ankle. Support his fiancée. Regroup. And then return stronger, maybe in Week 5 against Cleveland. Because throwing him into the fire against the Eagles or Jim Harbaugh's Chargers defense would be a nightmare. But then again, if that's the plan, why sign Desmond Ridder? That's the mystery. That's the move that doesn't make sense on the surface. And that's what has every Vikings fan scratching their head today. Let me stop right there, because I want to hear from you. What do you make of the Desmond Ridder signing? Smart insurance? Sneaky scouting? Or a red flag about the QB room? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Now let's shift the focus to what's quietly becoming the most underappreciated storyline in Minnesota, Jordan Mason. While much of the buzz is centered around JJ's health, the quarterback shuffle, and Cam Akers' third return, Mason is quietly positioning himself as the heartbeat of this offense. And here's the truth, he might be the perfect player for this moment. Physical. Relentless. No nonsense. And most importantly, available. Mason has shown in limited reps that he's got that north-south mentality. He's not dancing behind the line. He's falling forward. He's chewing up yards after contact. And with Kevin O'Connell clearly lacking confidence in the short passing game, leaning on Mason might not just be the best plan, it could be the only plan. Especially when your offensive line is held together by duct tape right now. You're already down to your third-string left tackle. Your center is a backup. Your offensive cohesion is fragile. So how do you protect a quarterback in that kind of situation? You run. You eat clock. You keep the defense off the field. And if Kevin O'Connell doesn't give Mason 20-plus carries this weekend, serious questions need to be asked. But the bigger question remains, what's the identity of this team right now? Because it's not the high-flying offense of 2022. It's not the explosive deep ball attack we saw early last season. No, this 2025 Viking squad is built on grit. Defense. Field position. Ugly wins. And Mason fits that mold perfectly. And that brings us full circle to Kevin O'Connell. As creative as he is, as sharp as his scheme might be, it's time for him to evolve. Right now, it feels like he's trying to pitch with just two elite pitches, a fastball and a slider. No curveball. No changeup. No short passing game to keep defenses honest. And that's what makes the next few weeks so critical. If one starts the next two games, they'll need to establish rhythm early, screens, slants, quick outs. Give him a third pitch. And let Mason be the workhorse. Let Akers be the third down safety valve. Build the offense around the run, not in spite of it. Because the truth is, this defense deserves help. They've kept this team afloat. They've created opportunities. And all they need is for the offense to hold up their end of the deal. So what now? With JJ on the mend, Ridder surprisingly active, and Mason about to be unleashed, the Vikings are entering a stretch that could define their season. The Bengals, Steelers, Browns, then the real test begins. But before we hit that gauntlet, we've got one last question for you, the fans, who should really be QB2 behind Wentz right now. Ridder or Brosmer? And how soon should JJ McCarthy return? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to the channel. Go Vikings!